Hi, welcome to RooSports. I'm Joey Ross. I'm here with my dad Toby and former OU receiver Dejuan Miller, who will be joining us today, and we'll be talking week 8 of the college football season. And we're just going to be recapping. Dejuan, do you have anything to say?
Oh, nah, man. Just, happy to be here. Happy to join RooSports and, enjoying this great Sunday.
All right. So, Joey, we're going to recap week 6 and 7. We didn't have a video last week. We had some things that happened. We were unable to make a video. So, week 6 and 7, Joey, some interesting things took place. What stood out in your mind as far as those games?
Tennessee going down. No, it was at 12 Field. It was at College Station. Yeah, against Texas A&M. I think it was overtime, right? Yeah. The shootout, the Red River shootout, was a high scoring game. OU took the win.
Let me point this out. Joey got on Twitter at 10 o'clock before the game even kicked off at 11, and he predicted the score would be 45-41.
Yeah, that's what I predicted.
The score was 45-40. So that's kind of impressive. That's a good job there, man. So, Dejuan, anything that you'd like to add? Anything that stood out to you week 6 and then this past weekend, week 7, that you stood out to you?
Week 6, kind of agree with Joey. It was Tennessee and the Texas A&M game was definitely a great game. And the Texas OU game was a shootout. You guys talking about this past week as well?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Okay. Houston went down the week before that, right?
That's right. Houston
against Navy.
Yeah, Houston went down. That pretty much eliminates them from having any playoff chances. Florida State, I think Florida State is looking a little shaky right now. They barely squeaked out a win against Wake yesterday, and Clemson as well. Clemson also had to, pull out a close one at home, thanks to NC State's bad kicking, which blessed them at home.
Yeah.
Michigan putting up 78 points against Rutgers.
My brother actually plays for Rutgers right now. He plays guard for Rutgers. So it's been a rough year for Rutgers, man. And just still trying to make that transition to the Big Ten. It's gonna be rough, I think, for at least another couple years until the guy that they has in can bring in, better talent and more guys. Michigan looks good. They had a bye this past week.
Ohio State coming off a big win.
Right.
Yeah, Ohio State coming off a big win against Wisconsin.
Alabama creaming Tennessee.
Yeah.
At Knoxville.
Yeah, big win.
Damn,
that was huge.
That was huge.
I think that's about it. I think Washington had a bye week.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Stanford
Stanford
to Washington State.
That's true. Yeah, Stanford.
They're out top 25 now. Almost lost to Notre Dame. Pulled that one out by like a touchdown.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, Notre Dame. I think they were a little overrated coming into the season anyway.
Yeah,
I think they were preseason top 15, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
I believe they were.
I mean, now they have 5 losses in the season already.
Yeah, 2-5. They're 2-5 right now.
Not good.
Brian Kelly.
Not good.
Brian Kelly might be time to go.
Yeah, talking about him on the hot seat. So.
Yeah. All right, Joey. We're gonna do some discussion segments here, real quick, before we get to our picks. And certainly like what we said, just different teams stepping up, falling away. The playoff picture after week 7, it's still kind of up for grabs. There's still a few teams that really look good right now. Who's your playoff pick right now after week 7? Who do you like?
Well, I'm not going to put this in order, but I think Alabama, Michigan, Clemson, and Washington all go to the playoffs if it started right now.
If it started right now?
Yeah.
Those 4 teams?
Because they all look impressive. I think Michigan can beat Ohio State.
Okay.
And
so you would drop out a Big 12 team?
Yeah.
All right.
Because Pac-12, ACC, Big 10, SEC look good right now.
Okay. Dejuan, what do you think about that, man? What do you think about those picks that Joey's had, or do you have some of your own?
I have some of my own.
All right.
Alabama, definitely the best team in the country in my opinion right now.
Mm-hmm.
On both sides of the ball, Jalen Hurts, defense is looking great. I like Ohio State coming off a big win against Wisconsin. 21-point victory over Oklahoma at Oklahoma, which everyone knows is not easy.
Right.
Clemson. I like Clemson at 4, and I like Michigan at 3. I think Michigan down the road. I think Michigan's schedule looks a little bit more favorable compared to Washington or an A&M. I think Washington is on the outside looking in.
Okay.
Just because I feel like they got tricky games coming up. After they play Oregon State, and A&M obviously biggest game of the year by far for them coming up this week against Bama. So some tests, some conference tests coming up for both of those teams outside looking in. I like Washington though.
Yeah.
I like Washington. That win against Stanford really. I was on the fence about them, but that game, watching that game, really showed that Washington's definitely. I feel like they're going to be in the mix until it's all said and done. But yeah, those are my 4: Alabama, Ohio State, Michigan, and Clemson.
Okay. Those are great picks. Joey, definitely a roller coaster of a season so far. A lot of teams that started out pre-ranked top 10, top 15, fallen. A lot of teams that were unranked jumping into those spots.
Mm-hmm.
So far, what's your biggest surprise and the biggest letdown of the season so far? Which teams do you have on
My
that?
biggest surprise is Nebraska. They've really surprised me. They've beaten a lot of good teams. They beat Oregon at home. And my letdown is Stanford. They've fallen the last 2-3 weeks. They've just lost, playoffs, the top 25. I think they lost the conference championship chance. So I Stanford's my letdown.
Yeah, Stanford definitely with Christian McCaffrey, definitely a Heisman hopeful coming into the season, and it's just not going well for them. Dejuan, anything you'd like to share on that? Any biggest surprise or biggest letdown teams that you have?
First, I like to say I like his surprise and his letdown. Stanford barely got by a bad Notre Dame team and hasn't looked good, since the first game against K-State. And, I didn't realize until Nebraska was undefeated until I checked this morning. The AP polls came out, and I didn't realize they're undefeated. So Nebraska's definitely going to be one of those teams to watch out for in that 7-9 area. But I actually have two surprises. Washington so far is my biggest surprise in the Power 5, just because I honestly just really thought they were overrated coming into the season.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like most people were shocked to see Washington at 13, to start the season. I thought they would kind of be in that 18 to 20, But I went out to see them live against Rutgers to see them play against my brother, and I walked away like, okay, they're a good team, but I think Rutgers is struggling, and it was a little bit of both. So I said, I'm gonna wait till the Stanford game. They blow them out, and backdoor that with a game against Oregon, which is a team that they haven't beaten in 12 years. So you get both of those wins.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, they're for real. So Washington is my biggest surprise, and I told them I had a second one.
Okay.
And it's out of the ordinary, and I don't think a lot of people, because I watch all college football. You know what I mean? I even watch I can even watch, catch myself watching, a MAC game or a Mountain West game here and there. But Western Michigan is 7-0.
Joey, you mentioned that this week. Okay. Wow.
Shout out to one of my coaches, Mir Ismail. He was my coach for Tri-Cities in 2015. He's a proud Western Michigan alum. So shout out to him. But 7-0, first time ranked in school history, best record since I think it was 1941. And I saw their schedule today. They got a pretty good chance of going undefeated. Not talking playoffs or nothing.
Yeah.
Not Western Michigan going to the playoff, but it's a good story for a MAC school that's never been ranked, and they on the come up.
Yeah.
And Boise State too is undefeated. They're ranked.
I didn't realize that either.
Yeah. They really haven't played much though. They haven't played much people though.
No, they haven't.
I don't know.
I think they got they got BYU on Thursday.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I didn't know.
That would be a good one.
BYU's pretty good.
Man, we didn't even put that on the pick list.
Oh, on the pick. Oh yeah. That would.
Maybe we should add another one. I don't know. Okay. Did you have a letdown? Did you have a team that you felt like?
Oh, letdown. Yeah, letdown. Florida State. I think
Yeah.
my biggest letdown. Get blown out like that early in the season by Louisville. Most points they've given up in school history, I think, and then losing, I think it was a couple weeks later to UNC, that just pretty much eliminated their playoff and probably ACC championship aspirations. So probably them. They still have a game. I think they play Clemson next week.
In 2 weeks, I think.
If I'm not mistaken.
1 or 2 weeks, pretty soon now.
Yeah, that's coming up.
Yeah. And Clemson has an off week. So, yeah, Florida State probably my biggest letdown.
All right. Okay, Joey. Reality or fantasy? This topic, here's our segment on reality and fantasy. Does this happen? Does it not happen? The topic this week is Alabama goes undefeated all the way into the playoffs. What do you think? Anybody can stop this team?
This is definitely reality because no one's stopping them. If you get in their way, they're going to knock you aside because I think their playoff is what they're in mind right now. Because they went to Knoxville and won 49-10. It's very impressive to a pretty good Tennessee team.
Yeah, definitely a good Tennessee team.
I think it's reality. I think they can make the playoffs undefeated.
Okay. Dejuan, what do you think?
I agree with him. Definitely a reality. That Tennessee game was a statement game before another statement game this week against A&M, which will be a huge test. But I think this game coming up in Auburn, obviously because of the Iron Bowl, will be probably their 2 toughest games in my opinion. Those are probably going to be their 2.
Yeah.
And they have
2 games that could possibly stop them from going undefeated, but I agree with him though. It's definitely a reality.
Okay. All right, Joey, are you ready to do the game picks for this week? All right, and just to let you guys know, always come on the show, watch the show, give Joey a challenge on one of his picks, because if you do, you will be entered in for a drawing next week for a $20 gift card to Chick-fil-A. We've had a few winners. We've had multiple winners so far this year that have won this $20 Chick-fil-A gift card, Joey. So it's up for grabs. All you have to do is just challenge Joey against any one of the following picks that he's about to make. And next week we'll come on here and we will draw for that gift card. All right, Joey, are you ready?
Yeah.
Dejuan, are you ready?
Yep.
All right, here we go. Joey, we're going to start off in the ACC and look at unranked Miami visiting the Hokies in Virginia Tech.
Miami coming off they're on a 2-game losing streak. They were number 10 2 weeks ago. Virginia Tech lost to Syracuse, and they were both ranked. Now they're both unranked. But I'm gonna go with Miami here. I'm pretty sure it's a Thursday night or Friday night game. But I think Miami can beat Virginia Tech in this one.
I think Miami bounces back.
Yeah, I think they rebound.
All right, Dejuan, your pick.
He made some good points. I think I'm gonna go V-Tech though. I just really like their defense. Syracuse is an underrated team in the ACC that played really well at home. And Miami, did Miami lose this past?
Yeah, they lost to North Carolina.
Yep.
Yeah, they lost to North Carolina. So they're both coming off losses. I like V-Tech though.
Okay.
All right.
All right, next we're going to look at another ACC game, Joey, and North Carolina State taking on number 7 Louisville. What do you like in this matchup?
North Carolina State played really good against Clemson. Missed a field goal, and they didn't win in overtime. Louisville going off a close one against Duke on Friday night, but I think Louisville and Lamar Jackson can have another big game in this game, and I think they can win at home.
All right. All right, Dejuan.
I like Louisville in this one. North Carolina State did play well against Clemson. Kicking hurt them.
Yeah.
And Louisville, I think with the playmakers outside of Lamar Jackson really is what makes their offense go. And Louisville's at home. Definitely like Louisville.
Okay. All right, we'll turn it over to the Pac-12 and Colorado, 5-2, Joey, taking on this Stanford team that's been struggling. Stanford, definitely the home field advantage here, but does Colorado get the best of them?
Stanford was playing without Christian McCaffrey against Notre Dame this past weekend. Colorado's only losses, Michigan and Oregon. Very good teams. But Stanford hasn't beat a Washington team. They've lost to Washington State and Washington. And they've lost badly. It was against Washington State and it was at home. So I think Colorado wins this because I just think they're more healthier, they're more faster than Stanford, so I think Colorado can win this.
Okay. Going with the Pups.
I also like Colorado in this matchup. Coming off a nice win against Arizona State. I think it was by 36. Stanford's been struggling. And touch on some of his points here, just injuries, and McCaffrey is still up in the air as far as this next game. Colorado is playing some of the best football they've played in years, to be quite honest.
Yes.
They're looking like a totally different team. It doesn't look like the same team that we've used to been used to seeing these past 3-4 years since they've been in the Pac-12. So definitely like Colorado.
Okay. All right, Joey. One of the Big 12 matchups we're going to be talking about tonight. TCU taking on now undefeated and ranked number 12, West Virginia. Mountaineers, Joey, definitely impressive. Held Texas Tech to how many points? 17 this past weekend. Who do you like in this one?
West Virginia has a good offense. Put up 48 points at Lubbock against Texas Tech. But West Virginia looks impressive right now, and I think West Virginia at home can blow out TCU.
Blow out TCU.
Yeah.
All right.
Big impressive.
All right, Dejuan.
I agree with him. West Virginia is a solid team. When you hold a Texas Texas Tech team to 17 points is definitely not easy. And
Yeah.
quarterback like Patrick Mahomes is always a threat. So to hold him to 17 is huge. And TCU, they're just not on the same level as West Virginia right now. West Virginia's they're just playing better football. So I'm going with the Mountaineers.
All right.
TCU almost lost to Kansas.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Definitely going West Virginia.
After that, yeah.
1 point victory over Kansas.
All right, Joey, we're going to look at another matchup out in the Pac-12. Number 19, Utah. One loss, Utah visiting the Bruins, UCLA.
UCLA is just they've fallen this year. A very disappointing team to me. But Utah on the road, I think they can really do good. Their only loss is to Cal by 5 points. I really think Utah can really win this one. Big.
Okay.
I'm agreeing too much with him right now. I like Utah too. UCLA coming off a pretty disappointing loss against Washington State. And Utah, I think it's just a better overall team. Not going to make it complicated. I'm going Utah.
Okay. All right, Joey. One of the SEC matchups we're going to be looking at tonight, number 17, Arkansas, visiting the Tigers in Auburn.
This is a good matchup. Both teams losing to A&M. Arkansas losing to Bama. Auburn losing to Clemson, but that game was pretty close though. But I'm going to go with Auburn at home. I think they can just stop Arkansas. I think they can really play good at home. The only two losses were A&M and Clemson, and those are two very good teams.
Two great teams, yeah. So.
Clemson was a close game too, but in the opening week. So I got Auburn in this one against Arkansas.
I also have Auburn as well. Great defense. Showed that against Clemson, against Deshaun Watson and holding him down. That's when I really realized that their defense is legit.
Mm-hmm.
And Arkansas is a solid team. They always seem to try to play at their pace and don't really try to get off schedule. They had a tough loss to Bama, but I'm gonna go with Auburn, but it'll be definitely a close game.
Okay. All right, Joey. Our final Pac-12 matchup, we're gonna look at Washington State taking on Arizona State.
Two very good teams. Washington State big on Stanford. Arizona State has a good offense, play good, beat Tech, they've beaten a lot of good teams. But I'm going with Arizona State at home just because I think their offense is just more capable of playing better than Washington State's, and I just think Arizona State's defense can kind of hold Washington State, and I think Arizona State can win this.
Okay.
I'm going to go Washington State.
All right.
I like what I saw out of them last night against UCLA. Stayed up and watched a little bit of the game last night. 4 straight wins. And Arizona State is coming off a pretty bad loss to Colorado. Got to come back home and regroup. I like Washington State. They got momentum going into this game, and after dropping their first 2, 1 to an FCS team, winning 4 straight, I feel like they have a lot of momentum.
All right. That's the only second one you guys have disagreed on so far. So, I mean, we still have a few more games left. All right. Not bad. This is usually the other way around. Okay. We're going to love it, Joey. Texas Tech is hosting the Sooners. 16th ranked Sooners coming off a great win against Kansas State, a great win against Texas. They're undefeated in Big 12 play.
My question is, Texas Tech's pass offense against OU's secondary, who's been struggling all year, who look kind of like iffy in the Kansas State game. OU's offense is good though. Baker Mayfield and Westbrook and Mixon, they do good, but I think I'm going with OU here because I think after what I saw from Texas Tech against West Virginia, I think OU's defense can really stop and contain Patrick Mahomes, and I think they can really win this game pretty big.
Okay.
Can't go against the Sooners, man. Can't go against the Sooners, man. Patrick Mahomes, he's good, but I don't know. I just really like how we looked against K-State. I agree with him about our secondary. There were times where they were out of position, and Kansas State seems to always find a way to kind of hang around against us with Bill Snyder over there. So, but OU all day.
Okay. Boomer Sooner. All right. A couple great teams here in the Big Ten. Number 2, Ohio State, visiting the Nittany Lions. Penn State, Joey. Who you got?
It's in Pennsylvania. Penn State coming off, they have the only 2 losses is against Pittsburgh and Michigan, and they scored very big against Pittsburgh. Only lost by 3. Their defense is kind of shaky though. Like, I don't know who to choose here, honestly. I'm gonna go Ohio State. I think it's gonna be very close though. I think it's gonna be close. I think Ohio State just kind of like just survives.
Survives?
Yeah.
Like they did against Wisconsin?
Yeah. It's
Okay.
gonna be like
Wow.
it's gonna be a close game.
Really? Okay.
I think it's gonna be close.
All right.
I say Ohio State as well. I do see where he's coming from. Penn State, night game, whiteout.
In Pennsylvania.
You know, it's definitely gonna be lit. So, but I do see a close game for sure. Touchdown, field goal, you know, something like that. Single digit victory. But I think Ohio State will pull it out. Closer than what a lot of people think, though.
Yeah.
All right. In our final game, we're going to be looking at SEC matchup. Maybe the last time we'll see a couple unbeatens going at it, Joey. Number 6, Texas A&M, taking on the top-ranked Alabama Crimson Tide.
Both teams are very good. Trevor Knight and A&M looking very, very impressive against Tennessee. Bama is just beating everybody like bad. I'm gonna go with Bama here just because they've looked better than they're the best team in the country. That's what I think, because they go on the road or at home and they blow these teams out, and you think they'll lose, but it's not gonna be close. It's always just a blowout. So I'm going with Bama here, big.
Big. All right. Go on.
I like Bama as well. Great defense, great on all 3 phases of the game, better team. Even though Trevor Knight has beaten Bama once before,
Exactly. Yeah.
you know, I think that is something to think about. That's a little side note, but I just can't go against Bama. You know, coming off a 39-point win, and
Yeah.
you know, Tennessee is shown to be a good team. You know, it'll be a great upset if A&M wins, but I'm rolling with him as well. I think it'll be by at least 2 touchdowns.
Okay.
That Bama wins.
Interesting. I mean, yeah, definitely. I think Nick Saban has done something really good down in Alabama, and they're just playing very, very well against every team, taking every challenge and just dominating. That's all I can think of what Alabama's doing this year. Okay, so Joey's challenge still up for grabs. Pick any one of the games that Joey's mentioned this evening and comment below on our YouTube page or go to our Facebook page and just comment any game that you think Joey's going to be wrong on and let him know which game it is, and we will note it. And if you're right and he's wrong, we will put you in a drawing next week for a $20 gift card to Chick-fil-A. All right. We would like to thank Dejuan Miller for joining us. He is joining us from Spokane, Washington. Is that correct, sir?
No, well, right now I'm in Tri-Cities, Washington.
Okay. Tri-Cities, Washington.
Tri-Cities, Washington.
But he is playing for the Spokane Empire.
Yes, next season I'll be playing for the Spokane Empire.
All right. And they're hoping to get a deal with Fox Sports 1. So all of you Sooner fans who have loved watching Dejuan Miller play, you may get a chance to watch him again. And he's a very exciting player. We've enjoyed watching him play at OU. Joey's already talked to him and shared with him different highlights and stuff that he's enjoyed. So hopefully we get to see more of Dejuan on TV for all of us to enjoy. He's been a great player for OU, and hopefully he does the same here in Spokane.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, man. So yeah, if you guys would remember to follow RooSports. We are on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and of course on YouTube. So you can follow us and throw a shout out to us, and we'll throw a shout out right back to you guys. And it's been a great night of talking sports,
Yeah.
Joey.
I'm Joey Ross,
I'm Toby Ross.
And I'm Dejuan Miller.
and this has been RooSports.